Courageous people do not fear forgiving, for the sake of peace. Our human compassion binds us the one to the other, not in pity or patronizingly, but as human beings who have learned how to turn our common suffering into hope for the future. There is no easy walk to freedom anywhere, and many of us will have to pass through the valley of the shadow of death again and again before we reach the mountaintop of our desires. To deny people their human rights is to challenge their very humanity. A good head and a good heart are always a formidable combination. No country can really develop unless its citizens are educated. Never, never and never again shall it be that this beautiful land will again experience the oppression of one by another. After climbing a great hill, one only finds that there are many more hills to climb. For to be free is not merely to cast off one's chains, but to live in a way that respects and enhances the freedom of others. I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. There is no passion to be found playing small, in settling for a life that is less than the one you are capable of living. If you talk to a man in a language he understands, that goes to his head. If you talk to him in his language, that goes to his heart. Education is the most powerful weapon, which you can use to change the world. In my country we go to prison first and then become president. Let there be work, bread, water and salt for all. It is wise to persuade people to do things and make them think it was their own idea. If there is a country that has committed unspeakable atrocities in the world, it is the United States of America. There is nothing like returning to a place that remains unchanged, to find the ways in which you yourself have altered. Only free men can negotiate. A prisoner cannot enter into contracts. When the water starts boiling, it is foolish to turn off the heat. We pledge ourselves to liberate all our people from the continuing bondage of poverty, deprivation, suffering, gender and other discrimination. I stand here before you not as a prophet, but as a humble servant of you, the people. If you want to make peace with your enemy, you have to work with your enemy. Then he becomes your partner. Let freedom reign. The sun never set on so glorious a human achievement. As long as poverty, injustice and gross inequality persist in our world, none of us can truly rest. I dream of an Africa which is in peace with itself. Leaders in all spheres who are living with HIV should be encouraged, not coerced, to lead by example and disclose their HIV status. In countries where innocent people are dying, the leaders are following their blood rather than their brains. I made a mistake by being ejected from the presidency. Next time, I will choose a cabinet which will allow me to be life president. I have retired, but if there's anything that would kill me, it is to wake up in the morning not knowing what to do. Sometimes, I feel like one who is on the sidelines, who has missed life itself. I was not a messiah, but an ordinary man who had become a leader because of extraordinary circumstances. I detest racialism, because I regard it as a barbaric thing, whether it comes from a black man or a white man. Nonviolence is a good policy when the conditions permit. Does anybody really think that they didn't get what they had because they didn't have the talent or the strength or the endurance or the commitment? There are so many men and women who hold no distinctive positions, but whose contribution towards the development of society has been enormous. Even if you have a terminal disease, you don't have to sit down and mope. Enjoy life and challenge the illness that you have. There are times when a leader must move out ahead of the flock, go off in a new direction, confident that he is leading his people the right way.